Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Thanks for Not Dying.
Hello.
I'm Robin. This is Taylor, my daughter, and my twin sister, Jenn. We are back to recording number 9 episode, right?
Yep.
Yes.
9.
Episode 9. And where did we leave off at? You guys can go ahead and start because I think we're at the area of the ECTs where I have no memory of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we left off kind of, you had like your 5th or 6th ECT treatment.
And maybe remind them what ECT is.
Electroconvulsive therapy. So, and I did want to correct myself because I think last episode I said that they use magnets. They don't use magnets. That's a different therapy. They use electrodes. So you had electrodes on each side of your head, and that's what the treatment was.
And then one right in the back.
Yep, and one in the back.
Top.
Yeah, because you'd always have that goopy stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember goopy stuff. I do remember that.
So you had a treatment on a Friday, and then me and Nate and Fitz were going to come visit you on Saturday. Jen was in Florida still. And Mike, well, we had texted you on our way, in a group chat like we always do, and you didn't say anything. So I was like, well, that's a little bit weird. But, you had been a little bit off. Your memory was kind of not all there and
Kind of zoned out.
Still. I mean, you were getting a little bit better, but you still definitely weren't yourself. And then Mike did text me separately and say, hey, just so you know, your mom's like a little off today. And I'm just thinking like, yeah, I mean, she's been a little off, whatever. But I definitely was not prepared for what it actually was when we got there. So when Nate and I got there, you didn't come down and greet us or anything.
Like she normally does.
Yeah, like normally, yeah. I mean, she's either like in the driveway, like, hey, like waving, all excited, jumping up and down, or she's like coming out of the garage, coming to, steal Fitz from the car.
Exactly.
You weren't even out there. And so I knew like, okay, that's a little strange, but we'll see. And we get inside and you're just sitting on the couch. You have no bra on, no makeup on. Didn't even brush your hair. Just very unlike you.
Or take a shower.
Take a shower. I mean, at that point, I didn't know she hadn't taken a shower, but I was like, she seems a little off today. You didn't like get up from the couch and say hi or anything. And then I was like, okay, well, let's go outside or something. And we went out to the deck and you would not come out. And I'm like, Mom, come out here. And you came out and you're like, windy. And I'm like, okay. And then you're like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay. And then it's been 5 minutes and Mike comes out and he's like, where's your mom? I'm like, I thought she was in the bathroom. And then we look in and you're just sitting on the couch.
All by yourself?
All alone. And we're all outside and you're just watching TV. And the TV is on mute. And I'm like, what are you even doing? So that was the kind of where the weirdness began. And then you said it was too windy. So I'm like, okay, well, let's sit on the other side of the house. The wind's blocked. And back there, it was so warm because there was no wind at all. And I had on a sweatshirt and leggings, and I took my sweatshirt off. I had a tank top on, and I was sweating. And you had on a sweatshirt and sweatpants, and you just kept going, I'm so hot. And I'm like, take off your sweatshirt. And you're like, I will. And I'm like, just do it right now. If you're hot, take off your sweatshirt. What are you doing? And you'd be like, okay. And then you wouldn't take it off. And I'm like, what is she doing? And then you would kind of also do this weird, evil laugh. It was just strange. And I'm like, that's really weird. And I'm like, Mom, take off your sweatshirt because you just kept saying you're hot. And you're like, okay. And I'm like, do you not remember how to take it off? And you're like, I do. And I'm
Childlike.
Okay. So you never took off your sweatshirt. And I was like, that's weird, but whatever. And we were getting ready to go to Wild Wings to eat lunch. And I'm like, why don't we go clean you up a little bit? So I'm like, okay, let's go get around. Let's go, fix you up a little bit. So we go in the bathroom and I'm like, can I fix your hair up? And so you sit down and I start kind of curling your hair. And that's when I noticed you have that goop and stuff. And I'm like, wow. When's the last time you took a shower? And you're like, yesterday. And I'm like, did you wash your hair? You're like, yep, I did. And I'm like, well, you still got a bunch of stuff in your hair. And so I'm secretly trying to text Mike, when's the last time I took a shower? And whatever. And so I'm like, well, why don't we take a shower really quick? And you're like, okay. So I start the shower and I'm like, okay, go ahead and get undressed. And you would just tug at your sweatshirt, your arm, just a little bit, just kind of do a little tug. And I'm like, take off your sweatshirt. I did. And I'm like, no, you definitely didn't take off your sweatshirt. So I'm almost trying to forcefully undress you. And you're doing it's fine. And I'm like, no, Mom,
Oh
like,
my
you need to
God.
take a shower. And you're like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm like, okay, well, and you're like, I'm ready. And you're not ready. Your hair's half clipped up, half curled, half messy. You aren't dressed. And you're like, let's go. I'm like, no. And so then I'm brushing your hair, trying to just quickly fix up your hair, trying to get you dressed. I think you even put one of your shirts on backwards, like you just not yourself. And I'm like, wow, okay, she is definitely more than a little bit off at this point. So I'm getting like more concerned as time goes on. And I remember just walking back out, and Nate and Mike are, okay, you guys ready? And I'm like, and I'm like making eye contact with Nate, and my eyes are like huge. I'm like shaking my head no, like secretly trying to tell him like, hey, things are not good right now.
Right.
And then so we go to Wild Wings, and we're going to eat lunch. And
Wild Wings. Tell them what Wild Wings is.
so Wild Wings is just a restaurant like down the street from their house. So we take the golf cart there, and we go to start eating, and you won't eat. You're just like, you ordered a salad or something, and you just keep picking it, like the lettuce with your fingers. Like you'd eat like a piece of shredded cheese with your fingers, and no dressing, no silverware. And I'm like, Mom, eat your salad, or then you would just stop eating. And you're like, I did. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You didn't eat anything. And we had jalapeno poppers, and Mike went to give you one, and you like wouldn't feed it to yourself. And so Mike's like having to physically feed it to you. And you open your mouth, and he puts it in your mouth, and you don't bite down. You just leave the jalapeno popper in your mouth. And Mike happened to be looking away. And so he took it back, and he's like, did you eat it? And he wasn't looking. And you're like, I did. And he looks down, and he's like, no, you didn't. And you're like, I did. And I'm like, Mom, no,
weird.
you didn't. Like,
So
it was
weird.
And it was just hard to tell if you genuinely thought that you were doing these things. It was like you were in like this weird dream state where like nothing was real to you. And eventually you did end up saying that later, like, oh, I thought I was in a dream. And, you know, for us, it was real life.
Right. Yeah.
But it was so scary. And I remember like after, you know, like minutes of you doing that weird, like eating, not eating thing, I was like, Mom, I need you to show me that you know how to feed yourself right now. Like it got to that point where I was so scared that you were losing like motor skills. Like you couldn't dress yourself. Now you can't feed yourself. I'm thinking she has something so wrong right now from this ECT treatment. And knowing you get all the weird side effects. And I'm like, she's got brain damage or something. Like this is so bad. And, I mean, I could tell this story for like hours, but for the sake of everybody's time, I'll just skip through it. And then, we were getting ready to leave, and we were all in the living room, and you were like, oh, I think I want to take a nap. And I'm like, okay, well, we're getting ready to leave anyway, so it's fine. And you were like, oh, awesome. I'm like, wow. Okay.
Thank
like,
God.
Again, not like you. You're like, no, you can stay. Just move in. You stay here forever.
Right.
And you were like, oh, good. And I'm like, okay, what the hell?
Very rude.
So we're going to leave, and your phone rings, and it's Jen FaceTiming from Florida. And I saw you look at it and just put it down. And I'm like, who's that? And you're like, nobody. And I'm like, Mom, that was Jen. Why didn't you answer? And you're like, I did.
Sorry.
And I'm like, no, you didn't. Like, it just seemed like you just didn't even know what was going on at all. So then Jen, of course, FaceTimes me, and I pick it up, and I'm like, my eyes are huge. And I'm just like, hey. And she's like, how's it going? And I was like, just like trying to like smile, but also like subtly shake my head no, like it's not good. And you know, I feel bad, of course. Jen's like away, and I'm like, I just can't lie to her and be like, it's great. And it was not.
I was supposed to be meeting people for lunch.
Yeah.
What number ECT was that?
6, I think. 5 or 6.
Yeah. It was like middle-ish. Well, no, I guess it was a quarter of the way.
Well, it was middle at that point because we thought she was going to get, 12 treatments? Yep. So we were thinking, oh, you're halfway through, we're on the up, and I'm like, no, we're going backwards. Like, this is worse. Like, she does not have motor skills right now. She can't feed herself. She can't dress herself. She doesn't know what's going on.
Twizzlers.
Oh my gosh. She was eating like bags of Twizzlers.
When you answered, oh God, when you were answering the FaceTime call, she was behind you, and I just saw you like,
you like weren't talking. You're just eating Twizzlers.
Yeah, I was like, what is she doing? You're eating Twizzlers? Like your face was scary.
Yeah.
Like, your face said it all.
Well, then there was a point too where we're all in the house, and all of a sudden you just walk out the front door.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm following you around everywhere because I'm like, I do not trust your ass. I don't know what you're doing.
No.
But so I follow you out the door, and I'm like, what are you doing? And you're kind of laughing, but kind of like pissed and you're like, getting away from you people. And I was like,
God.
what the hell did
She
you?
would say stuff like
No,
that.
never. She would never say anything like that. But it was just so not you at all. So Nate and I leave, and then I end up calling Jen back, and I'm trying to explain it to Jen, and I'm like, I don't even know how to explain this to you because you have to just see it. Because in Jen's perspective, she's probably like, okay, like that doesn't sound that bad. You just don't know.
No, it's hard to explain.
So I'm like, no, Jen, I
remember you saying that you and Nate were real quiet in the car at first, just like, and then you shut the door and you guys both looked at each other and were like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, literally. That was the first, we shut the door and Nate looked at me and goes, what the fuck was that? And I was like, I think the whole 3 or 4 hours that we were there, my face was just in a constant state of shock and
did Nate
fear.
Notice it too?
Oh yeah. By the time we got, he noticed the weird things in the driveway, and then that Wild Wings, he was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And so then I obviously was telling Jen what was going on, and
so
at
that point think it was crazy too?
No, Mike thought it was funny. Yeah, he was down. He was laughing because again, you were giggling, and Mike was like, "Are you just being silly?" And you're like, "Yeah." And
oh my,
and
Mike, not you at all.
And Mike does live with you, sees you every day. He's your husband, so of course he always wants to see the good in the situations. But me not seeing it every day and just coming into that, I'm like, no, this is not good. Something. I'm like, if it were up to me, I would have drove you to the hospital that day and force them to give you a brain scan, because I'm like, they're frying her brain cells. There's something so not right. And at this point, I'm like, no, this is not, we can't continue this way. We need to talk to the doctor. So then, you came home Monday, right?
Monday, yeah.
And Sunday, it still kind of continued. Actually, Mike FaceTimed me Sunday morning and has you on FaceTime. And he's like, Taylor, can you talk to your mom? Because she thinks I'm being mean to her. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, Mom, what's going on? You're like, don't say anything. You just there on the phone. I'm like, Mom, hello. Why do you think, what's going on? Why is Mike being mean to you? You're like, I don't know. And Mike, it's just confusing because you would say one thing and then you would try to get it out of you and you act like we're crazy. Yeah. I didn't say that. And so you're like, I don't even think you ended up saying anything. And so then Mike said, well, maybe we mixed up her medications. So he left the room to go to the bedroom to grab your medications. You hang up on me. And I'm like, what the hell? What? And so then Mike calls back and he's like, hey, your mom said you hung up. And I said, no. I'm like, Mom, you hung up on me. You were just doing these weird things and lying. And at this point, I'm just becoming so overwhelmed. I've got a baby. I'm stressed. I don't know what's going on with you. And again, it's that awkward period where it's 3 people trying to do what they think is best for you. And sometimes it's hard for us to all completely agree 100% all the time, what we think is right. Not that we were fighting or anything, but it's I wanted you to get a brain scan. And Mike's like, she's fine. And I'm like, okay. Well, until we can come to an agreement on how bad this is, personally, I need to just take a minute and remove myself from the situation, for right now, because I'm becoming so overwhelmed and so upset myself. It's consuming me and there's nothing else I can do. So I just need a minute. I'm not saying I don't want to hear anything about you. I just need give me 5 seconds and I need a break. And so that happened and I was like, I'm just going to take a step back for a second. And that was Sunday. So Jen came home Monday. So Jen, if you kind of want to pick it up from there, how you were feeling Monday when you came back.
Well, it was actually before that was when I was at the airport still.
Oh, that's right.
I was at the airport ready to leave from Florida to come home. And Mike had called me and had said that you would kind of said something about taking a step back. So he had told me he took you to the doctors to see your psychiatrist. And I guess the psychiatrist had asked you if you were feeling suicidal or homicidal, and you wouldn't answer. Oh. So then Mike said that he was like, well, let me leave the room so you kind of have your privacy and you can answer the question without me in here. So then he stepped out and asked you, the psychiatrist asked you again, are you feeling suicidal? And you said yes. And then she asked you were homicidal. And you said yes. And so, of course, she had...
Well, but it was dreams.
Right. At the time, though, we did not understand that. It was just more I think the ECT getting, it messed up your head a little bit.
Yeah.
It shook things up. So you were dreaming about things like that. But, of course, the psychiatrist, I guess, told Mike then, was in front of you. And he said that she said, I need to tell Mike this. I mean, it's my legal responsibility to tell him that you said you were suicidal in the hospital.
Right.
And so then, she said that, in normal circumstances, she was going to send you straight to the ER or hospital or whatever. But since you've been going through ECTs and seeing the psychiatrist regularly, it was up to Mike what
You wanted to do.
she wanted to do.
Right.
So then Mike decided, he's going to go home and hide him.
Exactly. Yeah.
But, but not knowing, just being a little bit,
I get it.
protective of himself. But so he had called me and said that, and he was telling me that on the phone. And I'm at the airport, there's somebody sitting right here next to me. We're about ready to take off, and I'm like trying to hide my phone. Like, oh my God, like this is weird. Like I can't really say much when I'm on an airplane.
You're like turning your volume down.
Like, hello, these people think we're crazy. Like,
Thank God we can laugh about this.
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
and I didn't know any of this still because I was like in the taking the step back phase.
And then I was like a little bit nervous to saying it because I wasn't sure. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the situation. So I really wanted to reevaluate when I got home and saw you before I would say something to Taylor. Mm-hmm. So when we got home, I called you and I said, hey, Craig picked me up at the airport. And I said, I'm going to get Chipotle for dinner. Do you want me to pick you something up? And you're like, oh, yeah, that sounds good. And then Mike interrupted. And Mike was like, no. Remember we were making baked potatoes and something. And I go, Mike, she can have whatever she wants.
I don't think we should be telling her no.
So Mike was like, oh, yeah. So I was like, okay, text me what you want. And we're on our way home. So somebody text me. I don't even know. Oh, no, you said just give me whatever you get. Okay. Because I don't even think you knew how to use your phone properly.
No, probably not.
No, I don't think you did. So I just got whatever. We pulled in the driveway, and I swear it was the craziest thing. Like I texted you and said, hey, we're just pulling the driveway. I think it was like 5 seconds. All of a sudden, you're in the driveway with Mike. He's dropping you off. Like, here she is.
No,
take her.
Seriously.
It's like
Mike was ready.
Yeah, so then the realization set in about all the stuff Tay was saying, because that was the first I had seen you in person since all the scary, weird shit that was going on with your ECTs. So, you had gotten there, Craig left, and right when Mike pulled out of the driveway, we sat down outside, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? All you said was, we did it. Like, kind of whispered it, like, in this weird, eerie voice. I'm like, we did what? You're like, I got rid of them. I'm like, what do you mean we got rid of them? You go, no, I mean, we got Chipotle. And I was like, okay. Like, wow. So I did ask you, I said, so I've heard you've had some thoughts, maybe, of harming someone or maybe Mike, and you're like, yeah, kind of, like, I don't know, maybe it's the dreams or something. And I go, yeah, it probably is, but you guys have been together 24/7, like, you might be on each other's nerves, but you can just stay here, whatever, we'll just have Chipotle, watch the show. Well, then we go inside, and then our usual shows we go to would be like ID shows, Dateline,
yeah.
24,
murder shows,
48, all murder shows, reality murder shows. So I was like trying to find something, anything but that for you. I was like, no way are we watching murder shows now. So we got something on TV. I was pulling my suitcase and you disappeared. And I was like, where the hell did she go? So then you're outside again. And I was like, what the hell is she doing? So I walk outside. I'm like, what are you doing? And you're like, oh, nothing. Why? And I was like, it was just, your whole demeanor was just so weird.
So off.
Freaky. Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, okay, well, let's go back inside. Let's go watch a show. I'm like, I just need to go put my stuff away real quick from the trip. So I walk away for maybe 3 seconds. I walk back out there. You're gone again. And I'm like, what in the hell is she doing? So I brought you back in, and I'm like, how about you go take a shower? You didn't take a shower for like a week at that time. Because Tay couldn't get you in the shower. And that was just 2 days before this.
Right.
Still had not taken a shower. And you had another ECT the next morning. So I was like, let's go take a shower. You brought clothes over. So I was like, okay, I'm getting your clothes out. It was all painting clothes, like old painting clothes that you say
paint all over it.
Paint everywhere. Your leggings, your shirt. I'm like,
perfect.
Why you're going to wear this tomorrow? You're like, yeah. Like it was like the best outfit you could have picked out or something. I'm like, no. So I'm like, I'll just get you some clothes. So while you were in the in the bathroom, I thought, I left the door cracked a little bit so I could see you like in the mirror angle. Like I could see you standing there. You literally were just standing there like straight at the mirror staring at yourself. Just staring. God. And I'm like looking in the mirror like, and I open the door. I'm like, what are you doing? You get in the shower? He's like, yep, all done. And I'm like, no, you're not. You didn't even you need help taking off your clothes or whatever? You're like, no, I'm all done. I showered. And I'm like, bro, you did not shower. You didn't even take off your clothes yet. Let me help you get your clothes off. Then you started giggling. Like, I was trying to, like, get your shirt off. You're like, like, it was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I literally I physically felt like I was going crazy. So all I could do was just hug you. And I'm like, hugging you, like, is this really fucking happening?
I bet.
I mean, it was just the weirdest thing. So I was like, okay, are you claustrophobic? Because it's in a smaller shower, smaller area. So I was like, are you claustrophobic? Maybe you just want me to stay in here with you? And you're like, yeah, that'll work. So I was like, I never did get you a shower.
Really?
Nope. And then I had to go set the alarm on my house. So I knew you wouldn't walk out the door because I had to go get my stuff put away and whatever in the bedroom. So I put the alarm on, thank God, but you never walked out again. I kept having to walk in there like, where is she? Where is she at?
And then she never brushed her teeth either, right?
No, that night we went to go to bed, I was like, I said, you wouldn't even have to get off the couch. Like, you were literally just sitting there, like, not even really watching the show, nothing. You just sit there. I was like, let's go to bed. Okay, let's go brush our teeth. And you're like, okay. You go in the bathroom, you just stand there. And I'm like, here's your toothbrush. And you just seriously just kind of grabbed it. Wouldn't get toothpaste on it. I was like, bro, you need to brush your teeth. You're like, okay, I know. Like, it was just the same repetitive weird words over and over.
Yeah.
So I put toothpaste on your toothbrush for you. And then you're still just standing there. And I'm like, bro, you need to brush your teeth. And like, you literally I kind of had to like push your hand up to your mouth. And you're like, okay, all done. Like, I don't even think it went in your mouth. It was the freakiest thing. So finally we went to bed. And in my bed, because I was afraid of like you walking into the house or something. So you were in my bed with me. And then in the morning around 4 a.m., I felt you moving. So I thought maybe you went to the restroom. And I was waiting for you to come back. You did not come back in there. So I had to walk out in the living room. You were literally sitting on the couch, completely dark in there. You're just sitting there straight ahead, just staring.
No TV, nothing. No lights on.
Completely black.
Weird.
So I was like, bro, what are you doing? You're like, this is a dream, right? This is all a dream. I'm like, no, it's really right. What do you mean by it's a dream? And you're like, no, this isn't happening, is it? I'm like, we have to get up here in a little bit for your ECT. You have ECT this morning. You're like, what's ECT? Like, you were just asking the same questions. Like, remember, it was like so repetitive. All the same questions you kept asking. It's a dream though, right? What? And then you got up and went outside. You're just outside, like kind of walking in a circle. Like, this is a dream. Then you grabbed my coffee. I didn't know you had it, but you had ECT. You were not allowed to drink anything after midnight or eat anything. You're drinking my coffee like it's like freaking water. And I was like, bro, you're not allowed to drink anything. You're like, no, I can. This is a dream. It's all a dream. And you're like almost like rocking. Like, it's a dream.
Creepy.
It was creepier than
I'm glad I don't remember this.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
There's something, it's probably better that you don't
Yeah,
remember.
probably.
But hearing this back, doesn't that sound so scary? Like, what
God,
did you think? Like, you had brain damage or something?
Yeah.
Like, it's just so not you.
No.
That I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then Mike got there. I think it was probably 5 a.m. We had to leave to get your ECT. And Mike gets in. I get you in the car. And every ECT before that, like, you were just always so quiet. You never would say anything. You just sit in the car the whole time. We'd have to remind you, take off your ring. You can't have jewelry in there. Take you into the ECT room. Every time it was the same 2 questions. Like, you have to check it in an iPad. So it was like pre-screening or surgery, which you're checking in for. And you never could remember which one. You're just standing there like, which one do I do? Okay. Surgery one. You had surgery. And I was just proud that you remember your name and date of birth. Like, every time. I was like, oh my God, she remembers her name and date of birth.
She's still in there somewhere.
I'm here. But yeah, so then like we'd sit there, but you seriously never really say anything.
Yeah.
You just sit there.
But then this ECT, right? So I still don't really know anything that's going on because I haven't heard anything from Sunday. And you guys go into the room, right? And you're telling the doctor, like, we don't want to do this.
Yeah, no.
Like, we cannot move forward. You're telling him all the things, and he's like, you guys, I know this is really extreme, but, right, wasn't he saying?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
This has happened before, though. I know it's really scary.
I mean, they
but
didn't act like
is a side effect.
Like, freaked out by it all.
They weren't worried.
But then what did he say? He was like, well, but it seems like you guys don't want to move forward, and she's not suicidal anymore, so we can stop. And then weren't you like,
no, wait a minute. No, she is suicidal. She went to the doctors on Monday morning, I think it was, and she said that she was suicidal. They're like, oh, well, that changes it. Like, either we have to stop or do you have another backup plan? And we're like, no. I mean, yeah, I agree.
They pretty much were like, you don't have any other option.
So then I had to tell you, that's when I finally told you.
Yeah, because you called, or either you called or I called or something, and you're like, yeah, she's in her ECT. And I was like, why the fuck are we still doing this ECT thing when we see how it's affecting her? It's not even working. And then you were like, okay, I have to tell you something. And I was like, what?
And I said something about, you said you want to take a step back, but I think this is super important for you to know so you understand more of why we're continuing with the ECT.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay. And I finally said that you were having homicidal, suicidal dreams or thoughts or whatever, which didn't last long. Like, it was like
it was literally,
like overnight, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't long at all, but you were like, what?
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, yeah, we gotta keep going. So that makes sense.
It seemed like it was like one thing after another for months with this illness.
And I was like, guys, I wanted to take a step back. Like, I don't need to know every time she pees. Like, homicidal, suicidal. Maybe let me know. So for the future.
Who knew that would come up?
Yeah.
Like, maybe I should know.
Yeah. So then she had her 6th or 7th treatment. And then maybe next episode we can talk about how it ended up getting better. Because we did some research and we advocated for you.
Things up just a little bit.
We can talk about that next episode because we do really think ECT definitely saved your life. And we are very big advocates for it now. But during that time, I mean, if anybody ever is considering ECT or, you know, we would definitely recommend it. There are very scary side effects that can come with it, but
you might not get them either.
Worth it in the end. Yeah, maybe you won't even get any side effects. So
because I had the extreme side effects.
She did have. They said it was like a 1% chance of getting those extreme.
And she got it.
She got them all, if not a little more than that.
So how do you feel hearing all of that?
Well, it's just weird. It's just crazy that I don't remember any of that.
Yeah.
And it's scary, but I'm in such a good place now that I'm fine with it. I really am. Yeah.
And it's nice I think for us to all laugh about it now.
Oh gosh, yes. Definitely.
Like telling this story, it's like funny now. In the moment you're like, this is the scariest fucking thing I've ever experienced in my life. I was like,
oh my gosh, she's gonna be like her brain is fried.
She's gonna have to be in like a nursing home or something. Seriously. Like she can't take care of herself. Like it was so scary. So many emotions going through your head. You're like your whole life flashes.
There were so many things we had to think about. Like thinking about all the pills. You know, just done with everything. Just done. Let's start over. Start from scratch.
Yep.
Yeah. Just smoke weed. I don't care what you do.
Just do something that's not this.
Whatever it is, we're gonna do something else.
Yeah.
But then we tell them too. You did your first suicide prevention walk.
I did. It's just last weekend. We there was a suicide prevention walk in our kind of nearby city, and it was their first annual. So me and my family, Jenn and Taylor, and
I didn't get to go. I was sick.
Oh yeah, you were sick. Yeah,
she missed me so much, obviously.
Or she just loved that maybe you were there in spirit.
I was.
Well, I didn't even wanted to go.
Oh my gosh, I totally wanted to go. I'm still a little sick. I know, can't tell.
We did do that last weekend. It was really nice. Yeah, it was emotional for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure.
Yeah, it really was. Still in disbelief that all of this happened. It's just crazy to me. Yeah, but
we're still super proud of you and how far you've come. And
thank you. I'm proud of you guys.
Yes, thanks.
Sticking it out.
Proud of us too.
Exactly. Jeez. Well, thank you guys, and we'll be back with some more of the ECT treatments after that. And take care of your mental health, and always know 988 is there to call if you feel like you want to talk to somebody other than family. If you want to talk or text, even 988. So
not 811.
Not 811. That's a call before you dig.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks. Bye, guys.